the signs of life, they are all around me with every heartbeat feel so alive. I am joy and sadness, peace and madness. If only I can fight just a little longer, no one will make me stronger. So I'll just keep holding on to what I believe. Oh, I believe in you. Give me the strength to fight and the heart to believe when it's hard to believe in you. Oh, and these are the signs of doubts and believing, and doubts and fear and fear. Sure than life, what is hard to find? If only I can fight just a little longer, I know it's gonna make me stronger. I'll just keep holding on to what I believe. Oh, I believe in you. Give me the strength to fight and the heart to believe when it's hard to believe in you. Oh, 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 I'll just keep holding on. Oh, 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 oh. Give me the strength to fight and the heart to believe when it's hard to believe in you. I'll just keep holding on, holding on, holding on. Fight just a little longer, I know it's gonna make me stronger. So I'll just keep holding on, holding on, holding on. I'll just keep holding on, holding on. I'll just keep holding on to what I believe. Oh, I believe in you. Give me the strength to fight and the heart to believe when it's hard to believe. I'll just keep holding on, holding on, holding on. I'll just keep holding on, holding on, holding on. I'll just keep holding on to what I believe. Oh, I believe in you. Give me the strength to fight and the heart to believe when it's hard to believe in you.
She was good.
Hey, y'all.
So I'm supposed to keep the mic away from me because they say I'm too loud.
Yeah, right.
So I'm
I guess I talk too low. I don't know where that comes from.
So I'm gonna go ahead and push that to the right.
We wanted to try a little something different, y'all. That was Ayer, Ariana Johnson. She hails from North Carolina.
North Carolina in the building.
Right, North Carolina.
No, North Carolina.
She attends the Durham School of Arts. That's why we had her singing. That song was great. You did an awesome job. We appreciate you coming.
I feel like I shouldn't be cussing now that she didn't sing that and it had the little.
I know,
angels up there.
it kind of put me in a different setting.
Yeah.
I was like, holding on,
But
you
then-
know,
but
like,
then, you know, if I say
I'm all mushy now.
if I say a few shit and goddams and get it out my system, see, I'll be ready.
He said he wasn't ready. He
I'm
said he
ready
wasn't
for-
going to say
I
it.
know, but I'm just trying to get ready for the world because that's what y'all want. Y'all like that ratchet,
I know.
vulgar, you
Y'all
know what I
so
mean?
bad. Knock it
Raunchy.
off. Knock it off. But this is week 21, guys, already. I know I say that every week, but it just feels like, oh
I
my
feel like
God,
I'm
another
21.
week, another week. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm 21, not this morning, but we'll talk about that later. But we want to thank the station, CentralValleyTalk.com. Thank you once again, guys. Yeah, they do deserve a hand clap. We appreciate y'all. Thanks again, Zaire. Thank you for coming.
Short notice too. It was just like
Yeah, it was like
wrap it
literally
up
short
today,
notice.
make
It was
happen.
like, hey, how do I get on the show? And I'm like, hey, the show's today.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, hey,
that's
make
just
it
how.
happen.
I mean,
And
that's just how it works.
When you're trying to come up, it's just like spur of the moment stuff. It's
Yeah.
the right place at the right time that you get noticed. Everything doesn't work when it's planned. What they say, you make plans and God laughed at the plans. So it's just got to be like when if you want to be a superstar celebrity, when somebody calls, you just got to be ready. You can't make excuses and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this." You just got to be. It's your turn. Here go your lights.
And that's how it was, guys. I mean, she's only 15 years old. Like, and literally, it was like, "Can I be on the show?" Yep. Okay, I'm prepared. I'm ready. What do you want me to sing? Like, that's how it needs to be. You know, if you have a dream, like, pursue that dream, but also be ready. You know, because that dream might happen tomorrow.
Her mom prepared her because I looked at her and I said, "Are you nervous?" Her mom looked at her. She was about to jump up there and do a split to the kick. Like, I know damn well she ain't nervous. Look, I'm about to. I'll get up there and sing.
I mean,
why you playing?
I learned them lyrics real quick because I done known her mama just about all my life.
Exactly. So. She not playing. She sitting there like, "You better sing that from the diaphragm." With all your might. She looked at her, gave her that look. She hit that Mariah note. I was like, okay, she not playing.
She got it.
Exactly. Yep.
Exactly.
So, I get it. Look, she ain't playing.
It's crazy. But y'all, if you're wondering why I'm wearing this shirt with an X cut off and he's wearing this shirt with this
F word.
This man doing something bad, yeah.
So fuck racism.
It's because today's topic is going to be about racism.
But before we get into it, I'll ask you a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
How was your weekend?
Can you see my shirt?
No, we can't see your shirt.
But anyways, what
Bill, do you want to hear about the Bay, Bill?
Yeah, I do.
You want to hear about the Bay? Because you know I was with the Bay this weekend. So, you know you say Bay. That's so retarded.
Bill be like, what y'all do
Yeah,
now?
you be like, where's the Bay at?
What he did at our
Tonight's topic is about racism, not my Bay. Okay? But
what did you do this weekend, Miss
You know
Ashley?
I was with the Bay. No, this is like, what did I do
It was
this
4th of
weekend?
July.
Yeah, I
feel like
actually
I'm
got
so over.
I got to enjoy 4th of July. I switched with somebody. Thank you so much. But yeah, I was like, this year I'm gonna celebrate my holidays because for the past 2 years where I was working, I had to work every holiday. So I didn't get to come home, and I was living in Sac, so I didn't get to come home, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting sent pictures. Look at this turkey. I'm like, I don't care. I'm sitting here feeding somebody else turkey. Like, I don't care about your turkey. So this year I made it like, I'm celebrating every holiday with my family this year. Like, that's my, like, goal or resolution.
So was it good? It was good.
It was good. We have fireworks. I mean, like, fireworks are ridiculous expensive now.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I promised my little sister and my niece, like, I'm gonna get y'all all the fireworks, thinking they still $20. I got there, it was a little package like this, and I was like, oh, how much is that one? And she was like, $49.99. I said, for what? There was like 8 fireworks in there, and the fireworks show lasted like 2 seconds. I was like,
that's why I don't got kids, because if I had kids, I'd be like, let me take y'all to the fireworks show. Take them in the kitchen.
Exactly.
I'm gonna take them in the kitchen, light that gas stove. Okay, Shanique will take your ass to sleep. You
Why
see all
is
the fireworks and all
Shaniqua?
that. Because it is, but that's that gas stove and that's PG&E and propane.
That's why she got to get the fireworks,
exactly.
y'all.
So yeah, go to sleep. Or we gonna watch them on TV?
But it was,
the
I
computer
mean-
with the little things doing that. That's look,
I mean, I look at it
act
like, you know what I
amazed.
mean, at the end of the day, the kids had fun. My whole family was there, so every family was supposed to bring a case of fireworks, which they did. That was nice. There was a ton of food.
Everybody brought
It was a cool
fireworks?
fire. Yeah,
Oh, your family better than mine.
the fireworks ended up lasting really
You
long
standing
because
up looking like you just spent the money.
everybody brought them, you know what I mean? So it was fun. The kids had a blast. It was hilarious because my little sister kept throwing them little Tasmanian devils. She was trying to do it, and we was
the
like,
ones that be starting the fire?
yeah, we was like, you gotta throw
Yeah.
it away from people, and she was like
Yeah.
this, and hit somebody, hit kids, all popping fire everywhere. But I mean, what can you do? They
Yeah,
have
because
fun.
I used to live in the country. My brother used to throw them in it.
And they catch the whole field on fire.
Exactly. We used
Yeah.
to be looking like this. Now it's a real fireworks show. Looking like, who did it? Don't tell daddy. Look, straight up. Exactly. My weekend was cool. I mean, I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so, you know, in the furniture business, you really don't get holidays off, but I made the most of it. I got off at 6, still went down to Madeira, had a good time, spent about 3 hours, and that's enough. When you go to Madeira to kick it with people, 3 hours is enough.
That's
You
enough.
ready to go home and go, like, over 3, something going on. Like, you got to be either drunk or but it was a good time, you know what I mean? It was a tiring weekend. You know, I just basically worked and chilled, but it was cool. You got to make that money.
I did have to work the next day. That was hard.
What's some upcoming events? Do you have any upcoming events?
We do. We got a lot of upcoming events. Actually, we got this one's birthday over here.
Hey, I'm about to be 20 whole 5
Oh my God,
years.
he's so old, y'all.
Yeah,
Remember, you'll always be
exactly.
older than me.
Exactly.
But
But
yeah, we got his
but
birthday,
black don't
and he
crack.
doing it.
No.
He like doing it for real
Yeah.
big. He like on Thursday we gonna bring it in, and then Friday we gonna party, and then Saturday we go. I was
Barbecue.
like, it's one day.
No. No, this is because last year we did 5 days. Last year we did 5.
Yeah.
No, last year.
I mean, I do it too, but
We did 6 days last year.
Yeah.
We took it the whole, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still was tired.
I don't know
but
why
yeah.
I'm talking because I do it too, but I just wanted to talk shit, you know.
We'll talk about it next week, but we got Bobby Salazar's Friday. I'm getting a little, having a huge party there. Thursday, sorry. Bringing it in. My birthday's on Friday, so Thursday night I'm going to bring it in at Bobby Salazar's.
Thursday,
I'll give y'all more
17th?
details. The 17th,
17th, guys.
And then my birthday's the 18th.
In Tower.
And then on the 19th, Saturday, I'm having a huge barbecue at the Fig Garden Loop Park, which I'll let y'all know about that as well. So, the people who've been usually ready to cheers, they holding their drink
They
I'm
they
thirsty.
arms tired and stuff.
You see, I hit my drink, but I'm like, I can't wait because you was talking and I'm like,
We
you ain't
got,
about to get I need to get my tongue wet.
We got permanent solo cups. You hear that?
Exactly. That's real.
They're not the disposable
Yeah, this ain't
ones.
disposable. Hopefully, I don't get drunk and throw it away trying to recycle.
No,
Because you
don't
know
throw
I've
it
been
away.
going green. I've been going green.
This is going green.
It's going. No, I'm talking everything get recycled.
I was trying to go green
I'll
because we
recycle
buy
your
cups.
earrings if you let me.
No. We buy cups all the time, and so this one we can reuse it and reuse it
Exactly.
as long as he don't throw his away.
But I'm saying when I be stumbling in the house, laying on that bathroom, no, I don't do that no more. That was my college days. I'm grown now.
But
Exactly.
anyways, y'all, cheers.
Cheers to everybody out there who ain't with us but who want to be with us. Cheers in spirit.
Oh, I missed that. Cheers. This is crazy though.
Okay, let's get in. It's time to get in.
I mean, you know, limited on time right now, but might as well. Today's topic is about racism, hence the shirts.
Exactly. And we getting ready to go to commercial in a little bit,
Yeah.
but we just want to tell y'all the reason we bringing racism to the forefront is because a lot of people act like racism isn't around just because
Yeah.
it's not as blatant as when it was back when our parents was growing up, or people walking around saying nigger this or Mexican wetback that or whatever. It's still
That's
people doing
racist.
that. But I'm just saying it's still a lot of it going. It's just undercover and it's low key. And it's to be 2014, it's still a lot of that going on. So
It still exists.
yeah, so we finna talk to y'all a little bit about it and just bring it back up because it ain't gone.
It ain't.
Exactly.
That's racist!
You heard the man. Exactly. We'll be back to y'all. TTP, y'all stay
TTP,
tuned. It's
y'all
gonna get
stay
real
tuned.
good.
CentralValleyTalk.com. Don't have love for your own race, then you only leave space to discriminate. And to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate. Yeah, madness is what you demonstrate. And that's exactly how anger works and operates. Man, you gotta have love just to set it straight. Take control of your mind.
I'm proud of my shirt.
Let your soul gravitate
I'm
to
proud of
the
my
love.
shirt. Sometimes you gotta throw up the middle finger. Viewer discretion is advised.
Please, 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 please.
Welcome back, y'all.
I'm excited. I'm excited about this topic. I don't know why. I think it's just because nobody talks about it, and that's what we do.
Let's take them to the video that we have for them to see. We got a video. We went around Fresno and got a few opinions about racism. Y'all see me posting on my Instagram earlier. So we finna show y'all a video right now that we did. A few people who told their stories. Check it out.
So what happened was I was in 6th grade and I experienced racism through a classmate when I was at lunch. She came and sat down next to me and a couple of my friends and asked if I had seen her dog because she was like a neighbor. Well, we lived in the same area. And then I told her no, why? And she was like, well, because my neighbors are Asians and you're Asian. So I was just thinking maybe one of you guys took it and ate my dog. So yeah, that like just made me, I mean, I wasn't gonna like fight her over it because that just showed how ignorant she was. But for her to actually just come up to someone and like say that just was like a shock. Like really like, but I mean, you can't really blame a person because probably how they were raised or anything. But I just felt like she could have said something different. I mean, just have you seen my dog? Because we lived in the same neighborhood. She didn't have to do the whole Asians and eating dogs.
Because they think all Asians eat dogs.
Yeah, because...
But not all Asians eat dogs.
And the whole reason why people like bring up the whole situation of Asians eating dogs is because, I mean, if you go out there, I mean, probably someone who was visiting or a tourist, whatever, saw someone actually cooking
Maybe
a dog.
in the countries.
Brought it upon, you know, America and start spreading rumors. But you guys have to think of it as like it's a third world country, so they eat anything. I mean, you can't just say, oh, we're just gonna eat pigs and this and that when you don't even have a farm. If you see whatever's walking by, of course you're gonna hunt it down. So, yeah.
Switch, how do you feel about racism?
I think it's still out here. It's still out here, and you know, people still like hear that, and I don't really hear it. And you know, I'm out here with the community, so I don't really hear any racist, but there's still racist things going on and out here in these states. So that's it, man. Not all Asians eat dogs.
I don't eat a dog. He don't eat a dog.
I don't.
I was not fed with a silver spoon. My story is come over a lot of years, especially in high school. People automatically assume because I'm white and I came from a Christian middle-class family that I was fed with a silver spoon. That is not the case. To some people it may look that way, but I know that I worked my ass off to make money to get where I am today. I've had some help, just like other people, maybe more, but in my eyes, I am not fed with a silver spoon. I work my ass off, I go to school, I get financially like most other people. My parents are not that wealthy. Just because I'm white does not mean I have money. And
How do you feel about racism, Jake?
I feel like racism is stupid. I feel like racism, some people are naive to think that racism is just against every other race except white. Like white people are the main racist group, which is not the case either. Somebody came to me this year, we had some people over at our apartment. One of my roommates had some people over, and this girl came up to me. She was intoxicated to some point. I heard about her, I had never met her, and she automatically assumed, oh, what's up, Tyler? And she knows my name is Jake, which of course is still another white boy name. But I'm like, no, my name is Jake, and you know that. And she's like, no, you're Tyler for tonight, and I bet you have a trust fund, baby, aren't you? You have a trust fund, don't you? It's frustrating because some people are just so naive and just don't have a filter, which is good sometimes. I just think racism is not necessary, and it's very present today.
I am not a nigger. Okay, back in I would say 2002, had experience with a white boy at Central East and Central West. Well, it started at Central West. Well, I was a freshman, and pretty much we were walking down the block, which is the hallway. Basically, a couple of white boys called us out, calling us niggers, talking about you guys shouldn't be at our school. So I'm like, okay. So then, a few hours later, we find out that one of the homies got jumped in the locker room. Basically, it was 6 of them on one. They held him from his his arms and his legs, and ran him against a pole with his nuts. After that experience, it just opened my eyes up to a lot more shit. I mean, I'm against racism. I don't feel it's cool. I've been through it a lot. I have a lot more stories, but I'm just keep it cool and simple. But that's just basically my story.
I am not illegal. My story has to deal with me being in Arizona. So I go to Phoenix, Arizona to visit family, and it was about the same time the whole debate of the whole they have the right to pull over anybody they think is an immigrant. They could question them for their papers and do as they please, which is wrong. And so whatever, I'm thinking, is it really that big of a deal? To me, I'm in California, so it's like, whatever. I really didn't care. So, as I walk around the town, it's like, I heard a couple of times, like, do you think he's paper? Do you think he's paper? At the time, I really didn't think nothing of it. I just thought, like, they was talking about some papers. Shit, I don't know. And until somebody came up to me and they said, hey, are you documented? And for a moment, I just paused and thought, like, what is he talking about? And it didn't hit me until, like, the whole issue of Arizona and what they were going through, and like that's when like racism really hit me, like, damn, this shit is real. And that's my story. I would keep going, but like as you could tell, I'm tearing up, and I don't want to go no more.
So we want to say big ups to everybody who took part in that video.
Thank you guys.
Thank y'all. Friends Jake, Switch, Kimberly, Frank, and also BJ. Y'all seen them on our other episode. But that's some true shit. That's some true experiences that they went through.
Yeah, we wanted to show you guys different races experience different things, but racism is the same.
Yeah.
So.
And those are videos we went out and got from them. We didn't find nothing on the internet. So
No.
we actually put in work here, even though it seemed like we get on there and just freestyle, even though, you know, we do, but
That kind of was
like
kind of was a freestyle, but it worked out.
So let's touch on the first one, Switch, and the Asians. Like, he's Asian descent, but a lot of things we hear going around being in Fresno, what people say about Asians are Asians eat dogs, they all have chinky eyes, they can't drive, and they all are good at math.
Yeah.
And Switch ain't good at math, but he can definitely drive. His eyes ain't chinky, and he don't eat dogs. Although he said he had one meal, though, he didn't know if it was goose or duck. But
that's different.
That's different.
That's
you know what I mean?
dog.
So,
but
the point is
things that you say. Sometimes you're so ignorant to what you're saying that you don't realize that you're hurting somebody's feeling. That is being racist. Like, don't say those things because you wouldn't go up to like a black person and jokingly be like, "You eat dog." That's like an Asian joke.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like,
I would, but I'm just different.
Whatever.
But yeah, and even in the sense, like, this is 2014. This isn't 1960 when we first got our stereotypes or anything. People are different now. Maybe back in the day, if people met a certain stereotype or things, is different these days. People don't do anything, especially being in America. Everybody's Americanized now. We don't do stuff we used to do in Asia or in Africa or different things like that. And even for Jake, a lot of people think just because people are white, they don't receive racism. Yeah. But you know what I mean? They do receive racism because they're supposed to be the American people. So they hear things like he said, trust fund baby, silver spoon. And then if they're not up to par or don't have money, they're considered white trash.
Yeah, trailer trash. And it's like you don't know somebody's story. You don't know where they come from. You don't know what they've been through. So it's just like, be quiet. Like, the things you say, like I said, can be hurtful. And it's just like, stop being so ignorant. Think before you speak. Like, just stop being racist. Like, it's 2014. Knock it off.
And if a white lady named her daughter Sequisha, that's fine. Like,
that's
that
on
has
her.
nothing.
But why does Sequisha have to be a black name? That's
exactly.
racist.
We trying to know because
I'm black and my name's Ashley.
But as a black person,
so, I got a white name.
But as a black person, we trying to give Sequisha away. We trying to give away all the Ishas and Nishas and Shaliquas. Y'all can take them. I promise y'all can't take them. Because when y'all get interviewed and y'all boss see that name, you gonna think twice. But
it's
that's
crazy.
a different conversation for a different day.
It is.
And even we had he said BJ with the nigger word. That just needs to stop. There's no way around that.
Yeah, there should be no ER. Y'all should even minimize the NIGGA. Chill
out
on that.
That'll get you beat up, and that's just that.
Like, I mean, but our the signs were basically like those were terms that were used on them. That's why they were holding the sign. I am not a nigger. I am not illegal. I do not eat dog. Like those type. I am not a trust fund baby or have born with a silver spoon. That was because those were things that they have been told. Those were their experiences of racism.
And just like
and
with
it's
Frank,
not okay.
Not all Mexicans are gardeners. Not all of them work in the fields. And not all of them basically are illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
Like, this is a new era, but we finna talk about it a little more. We got 2 more segments. We finna go in, y'all. We're gonna be right back. Team.
Overseas, yeah, we trying to stop terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
It just ain't the same, always in change. New days are strange, is the world insane? If love and peace is so strong, why are the pieces of love that don't belong? Nations dropping bombs, chemical gas.
Niggas think right here.
I ain't made for that.
Hey, y'all.
I ain't made for that. I promise.
We're back.
I ain't made for that.
Made for what?
I'm trying to sing.
Oh, no.
I should get that Barry White. You know I do, girl. You almost dropped your drawers.
I did.
Through this stool.
My pen kind of slipped, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. But anyway,
Thought you had Crisco on you.
Trying to get me in trouble for my bae. But anyways, where we left off, we were talking about racism. We want to thank again those people who were on our videos. Those were real life people, real life videos. We actually filmed them with the help of Daryl.
Thank you, D Wayne.
Yes, thank
Follow
you.
him on Instagram at D Wayne.
Thank you for taking some time out to help TTP.
He picking 2 girls to go on a date with tonight, so y'all better be lucky. He gonna wine and dine y'all.
We should have him on. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Because tonight we're talking about racism.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we were saying, racism still exists. Like, look at those stories you just heard. That's ridiculous. Like, it's crazy being on the other side and seeing it, you know, not being a racist, but seeing how it's just like, that's so stupid.
Exactly.
Like, agency dog, like, to me, it's like, that's the best you could come up with. Like, if you gonna come up with
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, growing up, like, I heard that. Like,
I heard that a lot too. Like, because don't get me wrong, I love me some chicken chow mein, and they would be like, you know, that's not chicken, that's rat, or that's dog, and I'd be like, this is some good ass dog. They marinated this dog.
I used to have family members, like, when we used to go to Sacramento or whatever, and Asians would be cooking or whatever, and like, we'd have a plate. They used to be like, they used to be looking like, is that chicken? I used to be like, I think so. And they used to be like, remember that puppy that was running around here last week? Do you see it this week?
That's
and I'm like,
racist,
I'm like, ooh, Fido. Like, ooh, Fido.
That is racist.
But then I got to the point I was like, I don't give a damn. Fido tastes good.
Fido,
I'm about to,
well,
like, boy,
if
Fido
it
couldn't do a
was, I
body
mean,
good.
to each his own. I mean, do what you want to do.
That was
but
racist.
It is. No,
That's
no,
just-
to each his own is not racist.
No, what I said. I was just like, well,
You
shit, Fido
racist.
tastes good. No, it's a lot of times. No, I'm finna get into this. Like, a lot of us, because of the shit we do, we are racist and we don't even realize it because we've been doing it for so long.
Or
like,
because we've heard it so many times
Yeah.
or been around it, it becomes like second nature, the things that we say. And it's just like, it's funny because we'll say stuff sometimes and we'll be like, oh, that was racist.
Yeah,
like, that
we
was so
catch
racist.
ourselves, but
Like,
still.
but it's just like, there's no, and so it's just like, we were talking in the car earlier and we were saying, so what do you do like when someone's just ignorant to the situation? Because there's a difference between somebody just being ignorant and somebody blatantly making a racist statement. So it's just like, what would you do?
Slap their ass and wake them up.
I mean, that'll work.
You not
I feel
ignorant
like
no more.
maybe
Wake up and smell the coffee
correcting
and put some
them
creamer in that too.
verbally would work too.
It's Folgers in your cup.
Because it's like,
Fast.
for me, like, I mean, I know you've experienced racism. I've experienced racism. I experience it all the time, and it's crazy because I experience it from all sides. Like,
I experienced it from my auntie because she was like, I got in trouble one time and she said, I'm gonna beat the black off you. And I'm like, was she racist? Because what
no,
kind of
that you
Oh,
was
that's
just
different?
bad. No, you was just
No,
bad.
'cause that's a whole lot of whooping.
That was,
and I'm
that
like,
was
dang, you don't want me to
different.
be black? Like, what I'm gonna be walking around here in skin?
He was
Like,
just bad.
Exactly.
He was just bad.
Oh,
but,
that was off topic.
But yeah, no, like, you know, you figure you experience racism all the time. Like, it's just like me being mixed, Mexican, black. It was like the Mexican girls was like, you ain't Mexican, you a black girl. And the black girls was like, you ain't black, you know what I mean? And so it was like, well, shit, what am I?
Well,
like,
you gotta pick whatever.
well, I gotta pick a
around.
side. I'm not in prison. I don't need to pick who I need to be what side on. Like, I'm just like, I'm black. Like, at the end of the day, like,
if you was in Paris, you would be in cell block D.
I be killing them though. Like, Lord forbid
No,
I ever go
that
to
be
jail.
killing you.
But I be in there.
killing
No,
you.
I grow a mustache and all the shit. I'm not gonna be in there cute. I'm not gonna be in there
Please,
cute.
it's easy to say. You gonna need
No.
your Mac on.
Nope, you do not
And
want to
then-
be in prison cute.
I know
But
you
we
can.
getting off
You
topic.
can
But
get some free
anyway.
cigarettes and a Pepsi. And
Well,
free
shit,
meals on
I might
Sunday.
be cute
But
there.
You gotta sharpen your eyeliner with that razor that
No,
they have that you
get
made.
that. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. That is
Yeah,
not
I
in my
bet,
universe. That is not in my
Yo,
universe.
lipstick gonna be popping that hard in there.
But anyways, like I was saying,
Oh yeah, racist. Right.
we talk about racism. We always get off topic. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how it still exists. It's crazy how we hear it. Like, it's funny because it's like I get a lot of, like, at work, I get a lot of white women that come in, and their first question, it's always like, you're so pretty for a black girl.
Yeah, it's always a four.
And I'm like,
you can't just be pretty as a human being.
So I'm just blunt. I was taught to just speak your mind. So, like, I say it real nice, you know. But I'm just like, ma'am, that was not a compliment. Like, I understand you meant it as a compliment, but that is not a compliment. Like, you're categorizing me. Basically, if I was next to a white girl, I wouldn't be as pretty. If I was next to a Mexican girl, I wouldn't be as pretty. You're saying for a black girl.
In your own lane.
Like, in this lane, girl, you
better
pretty.
than Shaquisha.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
Shaquisha edges ain't laid down.
And that's not okay. Or I get people
That's
that
why.
wanna like, first they think my hair is fake, and then when I tell them it's not fake, they want to touch it. And I'm just like, what is touching
They do
it
like we animals.
gonna do? Like,
But I
if
mean,
you touch it, shit, fake hair feel real because technically it's real. If you got that Brazilian from Brazil,
it's from Brazil.
that's from
It ain't
somebody's
exactly.
head.
And that's where the World Cup was.
That's real hair.
That's why they had the World Cup, because it's taking off.
They got all the
Exactly.
hair.
They cut the little girl off, and I bought it. Free night. And I got
Boom,
the
boom,
receipt.
boom.
This is
But
real.
anyway,
and they be like, they be trying to take
that's
me.
so racist.
I don't care. It's over now. It's over.
That's
No,
so
but they be like,
racist.
they be telling me, they be like, oh, your hair's so shiny. They was like, what is these dips in there? And I'm like, they're waves. And they're
Those
like,
are
really?
waves.
So then I put like a polish on my hair or whatever, and they get ready to touch it. And I'll be like, if you slip and fall, you ain't finna sue me. Then they touch me and then slip, and they be like, that's nice. And they look at me like, and then they back up slow, and I'm like, what
See?
that? What?
Y'all
like, what
need to
does that
stop
mean?
touching black people hair. Some of us got
Exactly.
real shit.
Unless
And
you
the ones
gonna
that
tip
don't,
us.
it's still real.
Unless you gonna tip us.
So I don't
no, because if
understand
they got
that
that
question.
connect line, no.
Oh, I didn't know what that is.
That ain't, they shit gonna get tangled and they gonna be like, that's what they cut off the hyenas and all of them.
For real?
Yeah, that's
I don't know why I'm asking.
That's wool.
For real.
Let's talk about racism.
But I mean, yeah.
Okay, so one thing I wrote down is like, it's 2014. Everybody is diverse. It seems like everybody is accepting of each other. There's more white, black,
There's more
Mexican.
interracial couples.
Everybody is interacting and becoming. And it's just like, soon as something racist happens, it's like all the bands that was made gets cut.
Yeah.
It's like it's everybody backing back into their corner, like, and go back to their roots.
And the majority of the time, it has nothing
Not
to do
no
with
pun
race.
in the movie, but they do go back to their roots.
Like I said, the majority of the time, it doesn't have anything to do with race. It's just like there's nothing else. So it's just like, what do we have? Like, blame it on the race. Blame it on because you're black and I'm white and you're Mexican and I'm Filipino and blah blah
Yep,
blah.
exactly.
It's just like,
and then
that's
we
so
taught
stupid.
like to. Some of us was brought up like if you go like on an interview and you be like, I didn't get the job, and then as soon as people be like, oh, that's because you was black. And you like, mom, everybody, the who was doing the interview and the people was black too. Oh, well, she was whitewashed then. She didn't want to.
Her grammar and diction was
like,
a notch better than yours.
So you start thinking like, well, shit.
No,
well,
but
maybe.
But it wasn't until I really started hanging out with more black people, because it was just like, I wasn't accepted by black people. I don't know why, but whatever. We're going to talk about that
You
later.
wasn't what?
Accepted by the black people.
Oh, I accepted you.
You did.
All
You
of
accepted me from a distance. She was like, hey.
Exactly, because I was the only one that was out there on the island.
Hey. Yeah, they came around once they found out I was tight as shit, but it took them a while. But anyways, not. But no, like it was crazy because when I really hung out with like the black people, and it was just like, oh, I didn't get the job, and it was like, girl, it's because you black. And I was like, no, really, I don't think I was prepared. Like, and they was like, no, girl, it's because you black. And I was like, no, for reals, I really didn't know the questions. Like, it was my first interview. Like, I was really trying to convince them, but they were so convinced it was because I was black. But I had to, even though I grew up, black, Mexican or whatever, like, I didn't grow up like, oh, you're black, you gotta work harder. It was just like, if you work just as hard, you gonna get it. If you want it, get it. Like, that's how it was. Like, the world is yours, take it, kind of shit. So I was like, yep, I'm gonna conquer the world. Like, so then when I first heard that, like, it's because you're black, I was really like, no, it's not.
You really wasn't, you knew you were black, but you really wasn't considered black. Because growing up in elementary school, when I went to Berenda, she wasn't considered black. Everybody would be like calling me blacky and saying I'm from Africa and this and that.
And I didn't experience that.
And then I'm looking at her and Danielle like, they have, like, I'm like.
And we like, dude, skipping away and shit.
They skipping like, well, shit, you on? And I'm like, really? Like, I'm just on the island, like, by myself or whatever. Like,
no, but it was crazy. It was crazy because, like he said, like, we weren't the black kids. Mm-hmm. So it was like in elementary school, that's when you're kind of learning who you are and just a little bit, you know what I mean?
No,
so it was like when Carlese came, he came to the school and he came into class. Just as much as everybody else was like, the black boy. My head was like, oh, he black? Mm-hmm. Not even like, you know what I mean? It was just like,
and I came down in there talking shit, put my book down. I ain't having it in my
He got me in heck of trouble, y'all. He got me in so much trouble.
Came in there swinging. Hit her, fight him, do all
I was
that.
always in trouble over some shit he did.
Put me in the front. I turned around, everybody looked at me. I said, what y'all looking at? Nothing. You back now, because recess in 10 minutes. And I dig you, and I dig you. And I did not care. It's just like we had the mentality to just, because I was.
And that was so new to us. Like that, like just that dominance and that, like, I gotta be on top. And literally, like, I'm not even trying to toot his horn, but he came to Berenda and was running shit. Like, I was like, because I was over here running the other little white girls and shit. But he came in and all these boys were just like, Carlese, where's Carlese going?
Yeah.
What is Carlese going to do? And I'm like, what the fuck? Who cares?
Exactly.
Like, who's
when I
Carlese?
first came, I got called so many names. Every race I went, they was like, "Oh, because you're black." Every recess, the teacher had to sit down and say, "It's not because he's black. He just pumps his legs faster than you guys." And they're like, "No, he's in Africa running from cheetahs and lions and bears." And I'm looking like, well, that shit sound fun, but I never did that. Like, you know what I mean, or whatever. So I'm trying to, I'm like, everything, even a fight, they like, because he's black, he had to fight his parents all day or do it. And I'm just like, this kind of shit. So I just started like, damn, one by one, y'all finna get lined. And they got lined.
And then they became best friends.
In 6th grade, we was all best friends, and they didn't even see color. I think when I hit them, they was colorblind.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
I think that's
I'm
what
like,
happened.
boy, because he was like, "Oh, you black? We mixed. Yep. So
Yep.
you got mixed. Yep.
You so light skinned and
Exactly.
stuff.
I was light skinned. And they started calling me Brad Pitt.
Oh.
Exactly.
I wasn't there for that
I knew.
one.
You wasn't there for that one. You was when you was trying to date me in the 6th grade.
And I bumped you like a quarter.
Bill, did you know we went out in the 6th grade? Oh yeah. Look, because in football I had all the touchdowns and she was a cheerleader, right? And then some person came over there and told her to break up with me, so she walked over there and was like, "I'm dropping you like I dropped this quarter."
And I was
she
like,
dropped the quarter.
ding.
And guess what I did? Snatched that quarter and got me a soda. Why you playing? But we'll be right back to TCP on the 4th segment. I wasn't taking a whole loss. I was like, I'm gonna get somebody. Y'all
got supported.
World mama, people living like they
CentralValleyTalk.com. Got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love?
You texting?
I'm texting the bae. Hold on.
You texting the bae? Hold on.
Oh, that was supposed to be that Q was an A. Anyway.
Anyway, welcome back. What was I saying?
You was talking about I don't know. You was talking
Okay, we
about
finna
some
go.
shit.
I have one thing I need to say, that majority of racism are people racist against their own race. Because I know, for example, me and my sister, we be like, this is bad, but we be like, we don't like, we just be playing, but we be like, we don't like black people.
Oh, yeah.
And then the reason we say this is because we've come a long way as a black race, you know what I mean, come through all of that to become, you know what I mean, to try to become normal and acknowledge normally. And we just don't like the fact that people act ignorant or do certain things to like bring us, if we're building ourselves up trying to get to a certain level, and it's that one black person that be in a room that'll just bring black people all the way down. So sometimes it's just kind of like, why do you have to act ignorant? But I know everybody has that. I know white people are racist against some white people when they think, oh, they don't have a degree or whatever. They have that, and even the same with Mexicans. But I think we judge each other the most, like our racism, because we try to uplift each other.
Do you feel like it's worse when it's your own race?
I feel like it's fun.
Please enlighten me.
Because I feel like niggas, y'all niggas need to get it together. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's.
I don't think it's fun.
I feel like it's like with your race. I feel like it's like your brother and your sister. Like when you're telling them like you acting like a damn fool, you need to get it together.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I feel like it's more comfort, so I can, you know what I mean. It's not bad or whatever. I can be right or I can be wrong, but that's kind of how I feel. How do you feel about it? Do you feel about race and your own racism?
For me, just from experience, I feel that it's worse because it's just like I was saying, like the Mexicans were like, you aren't Mexican, the blacks were like, you aren't black. So it's just like, where do you go to? Like you just like, you know, unconsciously want to go to your own race, especially when you're picking your first friends or whatever. And so it's just like, you're lost. Like, where do I go? Like, if I'm black, but the blacks don't like me, do I hang out with the black? Like,
hell
where
no.
the hell? Like, where do you go?
Because they gonna cut your hair off with scissors.
But then it was like, so then
And give it to they dog.
I was really accepted by like the, you know, some Mexicans or whatever, and then like the white people like really accepted me. So then it was like, when I got older, it was like, oh, you being white. Like, and it was just like, well, shit, if y'all would have accepted me back in elementary school, I would have been doing the nay-nay too. But y'all didn't accept me back then. So, I don't know what to do.
Straight up.
But I'm just saying.
But even when I pull up in valet, be like, oh yeah, black people go up there and make a right, and the black people over there, and I'll be like, scar, left on you. I ain't about to be doing all of that. I'm like, I don't want to be over there with them because they probably over there. That's racist. See, we racist and we don't even know it.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's funny.
I'm laughing.
You can't be all the way you have. So you gotta.
I know you ain't talking Mr. French over here. Every second he get, he try to claim I'm French. I'm French. Bonjour, oui, oui. I be like, shut your.
Hey, my features, you see these features? My features is different. That's 25. I'm about to melt that. You see my features? You hear my last name?
He'd be like, yeah, Saint
Exactly.
Laurent. I'd be like, say nothing. Your last name is Laurent. Get out of here. It's crazy.
I know, but you've been mixed like a lot of people, like if they get into it with you or whatever, because I know growing up, like with mixed friends and I had some of my friends, like they would call us black names, and if they were mixed, we would say, you a mutt, right?
Yeah.
We would call like Peanut and them a mutt or whatever, because they'd be like, your hair is nappy, you black, and we'd be like, well, you a mutt, whatever that mean, we was just wanted it to be derogatory.
Yeah, and it kind of was. At that point, it was, because it was just like, a mutt is really some, like, you know, a mutt and a dog is, you don't know what that dog is. You don't know what he mixed with. He looked like everything. So it's like, that's an insult.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? There's a lot of white people who want to hang out with black people. A lot of black people want to hang out with white people, Mexicans. And everybody have their groups and they get tight or whatever. As soon as an issue happens, it's like, fucking nigger.
It's the racist
Or you fucking,
fault.
and it's just like, we've been down for 3 years and I'm a nick. Have you been
You've been wanting to say that.
They revert back to the race like quick, and it's just like, now I see what you truly is, but they just like go for the kill. It ain't like, ooh, you ugly, your haircut messed up, or your car broke down. It's just like,
I think
you're black,
that's
right?
just people though too, in a sense. Like people love hitting you below the belt, and it's like somebody will know what to make you, you just tick. So it's just like, especially if you got some white friends and you black, that nigga word is gonna be like, what?
Exactly.
Like, what did you just call? Like, if they call you something else, you just gonna be like, shut up, get out of here. Like,
I'ma
but
say it anyway.
that's gonna raise some eyebrows to get some attention.
Make sure I had at least 4 drinks, and then it really don't matter. You got any more questions you want to talk about before I ask my last one?
Ask your last one.
One thing is, a lot of things, I'm a funny person. I try to be. Can I hear that one more time, Bill, real quick? Yeah. I say things and people be like, and then I say one more thing and they be like,
That's racist!
okay, see, I was waiting for it. But no, but I say a lot of things to be funny, and then some people don't take it that way. Like, for example, I'm the kind of person, like, I don't intend to hurt anybody's feelings or whatever, but like, if I'm cool, if I derogatory towards you, if I call you out your name, that means I love you. If I call you by your name, like, something is wrong, like, we just cool. But if I call you a bitch, say you eat dogs, you ugly, that, you know what I mean? Like,
that's
like,
true though.
and people be like, they be like, my name is Jennifer, call me Jennifer. I'm like, are you sure? Like, if I call you Jennifer, this is over. Like, what we had is over. You sure you don't want to be damn Letitia bitch asshole? Like, because that means I love you. You know what I mean?
But that's true.
Anyway.
When we talked about that the other day, it was like some people just don't. Like, you have to know Carlese to understand his humor. Like, some people be like, you just gonna let him talk to you like that? And I'll be like, what did he say?
Exactly. And I turn around and I'm like, I'm gonna talk to you like that or you gonna get out?
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know what he said. Did he offend
But the
you?
thing is, the point I was trying to make was some of us, we try to make funny jokes towards each other, and everybody don't take it that way. So if you're dealing with your friends, deal with your friends that way. But if it's an Asian or a black person or a Mexican that's
It's a
not in
new
your circle,
person.
you can't get at that person like you got at your friends, because sometimes we say funny things and try to make fun and make ourselves laugh momentarily, and that can hurt somebody really bad.
It can hurt
and make
somebody
wanna go back, and
forever.
that-
Like, people can take that with them over the years, and it just really destroy them. And it's just like,
Exactly.
you really have to be careful what you say, especially if it's something racist or derogatory or anything in that manner.
I really love all races. I love a person for a person. So when I really find out that there's still racism, that really hurts me.
Yeah.
Like on some real shit, because it's kind of like we really going there. Like,
Yeah. Especially
it's black people that don't like black people, white people that don't
Yeah.
like white people.
Mhm.
But-
Especially after like hearing stories. I mean, like, I grew up with my grandpa and great grandparents and stuff, and hearing their stories and things that they've gone through and things that they've overcome and how they look at the success that we have now. And it's just kind of sad hearing those stories and us living in the now and still being like, damn, like, we still need to stop racism. Like, how far we've come, and still we have ignorant people, still we have racism, still we have all these negative things. And it's just like, it just needs to, hopefully, and I'm praying one day it comes to an end. But it's just like, people realize what you're saying, realize what you're doing. The cycle continues. It starts at home. People aren't born racist. You teach them to be racist. And it's just like, Knock it off. Like, do something else. Get a hobby.
Even like some of parents say, see a white person do something, they be like, that blue-eyed devil. I'm like, what?
That's racist.
Like, what? As soon as a white person do something, I'm like, you blue-eyed.
I be like, her eyes were brown as
exactly,
mine. Like
and I'm like, devil, and I'm like, that's the, or you skeezer, or you, and I'm just like, that's just what the stuff we pick up on, like, or whatever. So I'm just like, it's just not good. I know it's gonna take time, and it's not gonna happen overnight. But maybe this show will help people.
Yeah.
A few of us, you know, step and think twice before we say something. And maybe I won't say something. You know, maybe I will, but I'm just
You're so stupid.
maybe she will too. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Maybe it'll help.
Maybe
people
we'll
try something new.
we'll become a little bit more aware of what we're saying. Like I said, sometimes we're ignorant to even what we're saying. Like, we're all guilty of it. Everybody's guilty for thinking it, making a comment at some point, even if you don't mean it that way. Sometimes it just comes out that way, and I mean, you can't take it back.
Maybe we just need to have a function and just everybody come and just say all the racist comments they want to,
and just
we
get it out in the air, and then take
and
some
we
shots.
get drunk and they lock the door. So you
lock
know.
Lock the door? I am not coming to that event.
No, because if you had a function and the doors is locked and you say something slick and you get hit.
Remember the lock-ins? I couldn't go. My dad, you wouldn't allow me to go and have fun.
He was having a lock-in of his own.
I had to stay at home.
Yeah, he had a lock-in too till 6 in the morning.
I mean, that's crazy, y'all, but we want to thank you guys.
No shade, Blue, no shade.
No, all the shade.
Yeah, no shade,
all the shade, pops.
Yeah.
But anyways, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. CentralValleyTalk.com every Wednesday night from 9 to 10. TTP, y'all.
I hope I didn't offend anybody.
I hope I didn't.
It was all for a good cause or whatever.
Yeah.
And like my shirt say, fuck racism.
Bunch of dicks. But like Baby said, stomp out bullying. Let's stomp out racism. I was like a superhero. Huh? Stomp out racism.
Oh, I'm getting rich.
I don't know what that is.